Marco, Trifecta, T. Merritt, and JBW.
Are you going all positive today, Tim?
You know what? As you've seen through the chat, that I know not everybody else is privy to, unless it goes public, who knows with Big Brother. But I've been putting the videos out there. I'm going positive. You know what? I know it's only week 2. You know what? And I like when Giants are the underdogs. That's when we win Super Bowls. It's not when we're favored. I don't know a year that we were favored that we actually did well. It's when we're underdogs is when we play well. And we're set up. For the people out there, especially you older Giants fans, I played for my group in this Bleedbigblue, the Jim Fossil speech. You know, it's going to guarantee this team is going to make the playoffs. Then, you know what? I just wanted to remind the group what Eli is. Eli is not going to he's not going to get all mad. He's always going to take the remind the group. Whatever you say to him, he's just going to take it. Eli's not going to get all mad. He's always going to take the remind the group. You know what? Whatever you say to him, he's not going to take it. Eli's not going to get all mad. He's the one carrying it. He's always going to take the remind the group. You know what? Whatever you say to him, he's not going to take it. Eli's not going to get all mad. He's the one carrying it. He's always going to take the remind the group. You know what? Whatever you say to him, he's not going to take it. Eli's not going to get all mad. I remember a time, I think it was back in 2007, where we weren't supposed to make the playoffs, and we barely made it at the end of the season, and we definitely couldn't win the Super Bowl against an undefeated team, and we barely made it at the end. And what happened? And who led that? And
did we go 0-2 that year as well?
I want to say we did. And I want to put this out here right now. The difference is in the teams. I will give it, that team had a way better running game in 2007. But I'm going to put this out here, and some people might think this is blasphemy. Our defense is better now than it was in 2007. And think about it. We already have the front four, which is what we had on the other defense in 2007 with Strahan, Tuck, and OC. So, you know what? It's comparable to have Vernon, JPP, and Snacks. And you know what? I'm even putting Tomlinson in there. And, Okwara. I think we got a deep front four in the defense. Now, was it 2007 or was it 2011? No, it was 2011. So, I get mixed up a little bit. That we had Chase Blackburn, an undrafted free agent who was teaching beforehand, starting at middle linebacker. We had B.J. Goodson. And granted, we had an undrafted free agent start this past week in Calvin Munson. And you know what? He played all right, for a rookie. He did okay. But we have B.J. Goodson. I actually think he is comparable to a young Antonio Pierce. Now, you can't tell me the secondary is not better than our 2017. Corey Webster. It's Corey Webster. Yeah, it's 100% better. Our defense is better.
Yeah.
Our defense is better. Eli is still the quarterback. Who do you have at receiver? Plexico. In theory. In theory, we got Brandon Marshall. And you tell me Odell's not better than a Toomer?
But I got an issue. I got issues with you.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do we have Chris Mee?
No. That is the key.
Do we have Sean O'Hara?
You know what? We have Western Richburg, comparable.
Just see where I'm going.
Yes, I. You know what? We do not have the offensive line, but this is where This is my problem with McAdoo. Is you see the talent we have. You know what? You can complain. All the fans can complain. Oh, we should have done this. Should have done that. Whatever. You got what you have right now. You know, deal with the hand that you got dealt. So, you know what? If we got to think outside the box, and this is what I would do at this point. I don't think you have anything to lose. I'm putting Justin Pugh at left tackle. I'm putting Brett Jones at left guard. Richburg at center. I guess you can keep Jerry or Fluker. Whatever one has the right guard. I'm not going to fight that battle. And put Flowers at right tackle. And I'm saying you change it up. Even if you don't change the offensive line up, you saw how we scored. Quick passing game. Let's not go Ben McAdoo. This is my scheme and this is what we're going to run. Let's tailor this scheme to the talent you have. You have playmakers. Get them in their hands. What do you think New England does? You see New England throw a lot of deep balls? No. They throw wide receiver screens, little 5-yard in, 5-yard outs. Just get the ball in the receiver's hands, let them make plays. Granted, Odell needs to come back full time. And that's definitely going to be a big boost. But I'm going to tell you right now, Evan Ingram showed me something. The tight ends are showing me something. Jarrell Adams showed me something. Rhett Ellison showed me something. Why not go 2 tight end sets? 2 tight end, 3 tight end sets. I almost think there are playmakers.
I have a lot of questions for McAdoo. Why are we barely chipping for Flowers?
100%. I totally agree with that.
We have Evan Ingram. We brought in Rhett Ellison to supposedly help in the pass blocking, to throw some blocks and in the run blocking. Why is he running 6-yard patterns when we need 7?
100. That one I can't stand, and I don't know if it's on the receivers or McAdoo. We've all seen it. If Eli gets time, he can pick apart defenses. Defenders that have played against him will say that. I've seen enough interviews with them talking about Eli. If he has time and if he's hot, Eli can tear up anybody. Well, and I'm with you. Well, why not? Well, you know what? Screw it. Leave a tight end back there. Leave a running back there to help out. And if we only have a few receivers out there, you know what? Put it on them. You got to beat people. And I have faith in Eli to go out there, even if it is just chipping and then going out for a pass. But the fact that you're leaving Flowers on the island after the guy's had 2 sacks, it's idiotic. And I want to put out there, all these people that are just getting on Flowers, it was the whole offensive line. Did you see one person dominating the offensive line? No, I saw everybody coming after Eli.
Yeah, but a majority of it was from the left side, center to left, no?
I don't think. I think Arthur is the one that got there. He's the one with the most talent on that defensive line. But it was enough to where the pocket is collapsing, to where Eli doesn't even have anywhere to move to. Granted, I also think Eli's starting to get a little gun shy because he knows it's coming at this point. But that's my point. If you know it's coming, you know what? If we got to do 2-second patterns, that's what we got to do. Chip it down. We did it for our first touchdown of the season, and only. We did speed passes, go down the middle to Ingram. If that's what we got to do, that's what we got to do. But be creative. Do what you got to do. Go work with the talent that you have. And that's what's driving me crazy. And and I understand all the people that are bitching about the offensive line, but guess what? We're mid-season, and all of these people, I've been seeing Twitter blowing up with Joe Thomas and trade for Joe Thomas, Joe Staley. No one's giving up a good left tackle in the middle of the season. And unless you're giving them a king's ransom for them, there's no way it's going to happen. And all these people, I've been seeing Twitter blowing up with Joe Thomas. I'm echoing in the background now.
No, that's a call that I let on, but he has his phone on the background.
Oh, okay.
I'll try one more time. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry about that.
Hey, yeah, no problem. What's your name?
This is Big O, man. Calling from Atlanta, man. How y'all doing?
Hey, what's going on, Big O?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. I was just listening to you guys' podcast. I was flying through, and I got another podcast I be on called the Bleedbigblue Show as well on Saturday.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, no, let me see what's going on. But anyway, it's all good, man. It's all Bleedblue, man. When I bleed blue, I bleed it hard. I'm 44 years old, man. I've been a Giant fan since day one, man. And I'm hearing you guys, the frustration that you guys have, man. But, I tell folks, man, I'm a diehard Giant fan, but I'm a realistic Giant fan. I had picked Detroit to win this week, and it was just because the issues I know we had, and we've been having these issues for the past 2 years, really 3 years, but and it lingered in. And I always hear people say, hey, it's preseason. Preseason doesn't matter. Preseason matters. I don't care what nobody tell me. If you're playing like crap in preseason, it will carry over into the regular season. But the main thing I wanted to address about this offensive line with Eli, yes, we know the offensive line is crap, but they're not the worst offensive line in the league. The worst offensive line in the league is Tampa Bay, and they put up points. The point I'm trying to make is the era of football that Eli comes from, that era is starting to fade away. I mean, that pocket passes, that sitting in the pocket passing quarterback sitting in the pocket and having an elite line that put a wall around you, that's starting to diminish. You got defensive ends running 4.4s, 4.5s, 4.6. They're not giving defensive tackles running 4.6, man. They're not giving nowadays. There's not really enough time to sit back there and try to pick teams apart. Now you're going to have to be you're going to have to stretch plays. You're going to have to be a little bit mobile, or like I said, you're going to have to buy some time. Alex Smith, for instance, Aaron Rodgers, I'm calling even Tom Brady sometimes. He has a better line, but even when he's under duress, he buys a little extra time. He knows how to move his feet. He knows how to move around to buy more time. And Eli is just not that guy. I'm sorry to say, I love Eli. He's a two-time Super Bowl champion, and we need to stop riding that coattail of the two-time Super Bowl champions, because that time came and it went. We're thinking about moving forward, and moving forward, Eli has regressed as a quarterback. He's not that accurate at all. When he's hot, yeah, he's hot. He's hot in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl. But in the regular season, Eli, he's just off. The past 2 years, he's been super off. I think that 3 years ago, he had the highest interception, rate in the league. So, I mean, we just got to be realistic with ourselves here. We put a good line around Eli. He has regressed. I've watched passes get thrown high, get thrown behind. I mean, Eli takes sacks that he could have just thrown the ball away, or just scrambled a little bit to throw the ball away. To buy us a little bit better field position. And I'm just saying the quarterback play sucks just as much as the O-line sucks. I love Eli.
Oh, and I agree with you with that. I totally agree with you with that. The only thing I would say is because we have, not the greatest offensive line, we have no running game, and that's the biggest thing. If
right.
Obviously you watch Eli in the beginning of his career. One of Eli's best tools was his play action passing,
right.
And if we even try to play action pass, a defense would laugh at us at this point. We haven't had a good running game in probably 3-4 years at this point.
Right.
And that's what we have to do. If we got to put 3 tight ends, just a big lineup in to start running the ball, just to make people honest, I think we should do that. And honestly, our playmakers are our tight ends at this point.
You know, well, I really think we can run the ball. You know what? I think we have a coaching problem, man. I don't think our coach really knows the personnel well at all.
I agree with you with that as well.
Darkwa is a better field vision running back than Perkins is. Every time he runs the ball, he gets more chunks of a yard and he falls forward. You're not letting a running back gel with the offensive line they have. You have to let one person gel with the line. He has to keep getting the rock to understand how the line blocks. We have a running game. He's just not running the ball. He's running these spread offenses out and putting these one-on-one block situations where it's not going to help. What did you bring Ellis? I mean, this other tight end in for? I thought you wanted him to block. Why you got Smith as a fullback? Use these guys. Use these double tights. Block and get Orlis Darkwa running the ball, and then you can get Perkins in as a third down. You can run some screens, change some things up. Right now you're too predictable. That's why we cannot run the ball. Eli is non-effective, and if he doesn't have a running game. If Eli has a running game, then you're in trouble because that play action is going to
I couldn't agree with you anymore, man. Honestly, if you listen to our podcast at all and prior for weeks, and I'm not even a Darkwa guy. I've been pushing for Darkwa since the preseason. You know, Perkins has shown nothing. He wants to, honestly, I'm thinking he wants to be Le'Veon Bell and sit there behind the line and just chill and think a hole's going to open up. We don't have that kind of offensive line.
Right.
You know what? Right. Darkwa hits the hole hard, and he does what we need to do. And and from what we've heard, at least rumors-wise, Dark was supposed to be featured this coming week.
And I hear this all the time, and I'm like, don't take him out. I don't care if he gets stuffed the first play. I don't care if he gets stuffed the second play. You have to let the guy get a rhythm. You have to let the plays develop. Once it starts going, I'm telling you, I know he's the better runner. I've watched this. And when he's healthy, he has better field vision than Perkins. I'm sorry, Perkins is just not that guy. He's good when he's cutting. He's good on a screen when he's in the open field. But I just don't think he is ready. He is that type of line that we have right now. Right now, I think Orlis Darkwa has gelled. He understands what the line is doing, and I just can't see what the coaches are seeing out there. And McAdoo with that darn freaking IHOP freaking menu he's holding in his hand. I don't know what the hell you seeing and you checking off every time you run these bum plays. It just drives me crazy, man. It's like, come on, dude, you're running the same vanilla plays, and it's unpredictable. The linebackers are not moving. Eli's checking, and they're standing like statues. Like you're not scaring us. You're not running. You're not doing anything here. So I mean, it's sad. And this week it better change, dude, because if it doesn't change, because I'm picking Philly to win because I just don't feel he's just going to make that adjustment. I'm sorry. I would never pick Philly, but I'm just being real. I just know that defense is going to do That defense is going to see. We have a championship defense. We do. We have a defense 100%. That can win you a championship. But you're wearing our defense out when you're getting 3 and out every damn time you get on the field. That is crazy. That is unbelievable.
They're playing like 3 quarters straight.
I mean,
that's the thing too with our defense. If you guys realize, they've let up less than 20 points, and they were on the field 85% of the game.
Jeez.
One of those touchdowns was a punt return. That's not on the defense.
Right.
And as far as, and I totally agree with Big O over here because the fact is, well, first of all, Darkwood should have been in there on the goal line, which that made no sense to me whatsoever. That our big back wouldn't be on the goal line if they get 1 yard. And why are we in shotgun when we're on the goal line?
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
I put O on hold. I got another call. Let's see who it is.
All right.
Caller, are you there?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Of course.
All right. First, I want to say, whoever that last guy was, no. Philly is never allowed to be picked. Like, no matter what. Fuck Philly. No. Fuck Philly. Second off, I just want to say I think that in terms of running the ball, while I do agree Darkwa is good for those hard poundage yards, I really think the issue is less of a Perkins is a worse running back and more of a how he's being utilized. He's constantly being put in plays where he has to run directly into the line, and he's never given the outside. And I just don't get it. It feels like they run Darkwa on the outside and then Perkins on the inside when it should be the exact opposite. I feel like McAdoo is trying to do too many things at once, and there's some neglect in certain areas.
I agree. I agree with you as far as neglect. I'm gonna tell you this. As far as the Perkins, I don't necessarily agree with the Perkins part. Honestly, at this point, from what I've seen, even from the preseason, Perkins has shown me nothing. Honestly, I would put him not only behind Darkwa, I would put him behind Vereen at this point in the running back depth chart. And listen, you know what? At this point, we have shown no running game. Why not try Wayne Gellman? Put him out there, try him. What do we have to lose?
The issue is you can't, like, Perkins is not going to. Well, I shouldn't say that. He has ran through people, but that's not his primary way of running. He likes to make people miss. But the issue is he has to make two people miss to even get to the line of scrimmage because there's so much penetration in the line. And I feel like a lot of that could be mitigated if you just tried to run it outside with him. I think it's an issue of there just being such heavy penetration in the line that Perkins' style of running is just not very well suited to it. Yeah.
That's right. But the fact is, you're absolutely, you're right. But it's also the way Perkins knew what he was getting into. He knew all season he was going to be the primary back. He hasn't stepped up. You needed to change to what you needed to do. I understand where you're coming from as far as he's not getting utilized, and maybe he's getting quick feet because he is seeing penetration and thinks he has to make moves. That's the thing. That's why Dark was running. That's why Dark was running better, because the fact is he's not thinking. He's just going. He's not waiting for a hole. He's just hitting a hole and going. And that's, at this point, this is what that offensive line needs. Take a little pressure off, not only the offensive line, but take pressure off of Eli so he doesn't have to get 10 yards every time he throws the ball.
Right. Thanks a lot for calling in. I put you on hold. We got our phone lines are lit up.
Appreciate it, man.
Let's go to the next caller. Hey, what's up, caller? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yeah, how you doing?
What's your name?
Hey, what's up, man? My name is Al, right? I'm a diehard Giants fan, man. Every time we lose a game like that, man, it's heartbreaking, man. I have a bad week every time we have a game like that, man. It's embarrassing, man. So I'm going to start from the beginning. I think McAdoo needs to hand over the play calling. It's horrible. It's like middle school play calling. It's not working, and it hasn't been working for a while now. We've just been getting by because we had Beckham and good players and a good defense, but we're not putting up points. We're not going to keep up with these good teams. We haven't even really played really good teams yet, So it's like it's not going to work. What's up? This Flowers, this lineman. That's we need to get him out of there. What are we doing? So it's kind of like I don't know if they're trying to set McAdoo up to get fired or I really can't. It's frustrating to see the games like that, man.
And I totally agree with you, man.
Yeah, and they're playing to lose. Like you see the play calling in the first half. It was on third down. man, it's bad, man.
Yeah, the draw plays, they drive me insane. As far as let's just give up a down. But
I think
as far as McAdoo, I really think he has to give the play calling, which is supposedly he's open to now finally.
Yeah,
because
I heard that.
When he was the offensive coordinator, he could be creative because that's all he could think of. That's all he could think about. But he's thinking about the whole game now.
Yeah, he got too much on his plate, right?
It's not possible. His first year as off coordinator, he was awesome. We had only Odell his first year as offensive coordinator, and he found so many different ways to give Odell the ball. It was insane. Right. And he's not be able to be creative like that now. Now, as far as Flowers, I don't know. You know, we have what we have. As much
is there anybody there that can replace him? Do they have a backup for him?
No, you have Chad Wheeler, who's an undrafted free agent. We saw what he did in the preseason when he came in. He's a young kid. He's not good enough to be starting at left tackle right now. The fact is, if Flowers is struggling at times, he should be getting help.
Right.
I'd rather have less receivers out in the field and Eli actually have some time for, defenses to break down. So I really think Odell, Brandon Marshall, and Shepard, even Ingram, could get open if they're the only ones out there.
You know what? As bad as the game looked, we had a chance to win. With Marshall, when he dropped that ball, man, I thought it was over.
That was the game. That was the game.
We had a chance to win, but Marshall, when he dropped what is he doing, man? This is your first, second game. You signed to the Giants. You talking all this crap about, you and Eli have great chemistry, and then you just dropped the. I mean, he's human though, but I mean, even that throw. That Eli threw him in the end zone, he didn't even jump. He didn't even jump. It just hit the guy in the head, and that's it. It was like Marshall was like, 6'4", 6'3". He's supposed to jump up for that and get that, So Eli.
That's why he was brought in.
Eli, I don't put all the blame on Eli because he's playing scared, man. Eli's the man.
No, I agree with you because you know what,
Eli's
he needs
the
help.
Man.
And you're absolutely right.
He's scared. He doesn't trust Flowers behind him. He knows he's going to get hit. I mean, one time I got pissed off. He kind of threw himself on the floor. But how about the time when Sterling Shepard caught that pass and he got popped? We could have lost Eli for the year.
Yeah. And
I think right now the biggest thing is the line,
taking a risk.
Yeah, and definitely with the last two gentlemen that called, they're perfectly right. Darkwa needs to start. I'm not gonna, say Perkins isn't good, but it's not working. So let's just give him something.
Yeah.
Like you said, go out. I would have been put the rookie in there just to see what can happen. But we got to run the ball. This is what Giants are, and if we try to do other things, it's kind of I don't know, man. But
I totally
have
agree
faith in the Giants. They'll get it together, though, man.
Yeah.
Like every year,
Yeah, absolutely, man. Go ahead,
we're
Mark.
only one game back.
Yeah, I mean, it just started, and this year is going to be kind of one of those crazy years, so you don't know who's going to win it this year, So we're not out of it, but it didn't look good. It didn't feel good. We could do way better, but I think as long as, like when we run the ball and you got the fall back in motion, everybody knows he's going that way. We can't – that doesn't work no more, And just better protection for Eli, man. That's it. We'll be fine.
Yep.
We'll be fine.
I agree with it. I agree with everything you said, man.
Yeah, I
totally
think they'll get it together though. Eli's the man. At the end of the day, he's just a little scared because he knows he doesn't have protection. So it's like you can't really blame it on him. The interception wasn't his fault. I mean, he threw it behind a guy. It was a
tip ball.
It was a tip ball. So I mean. You see that pass he threw to Marshall? It was right on the money.
And that was the game right there. You're absolutely right. As soon as Brandon Marshall had dropped that, if he caught that, we would have been in scoring territory, and that punt return would have never happened.
Thank you. I was telling my girlfriend when I was watching the game, I said, babe, you know, in sports, when you have a chance and you don't take advantage of it, the other team comes and bites you in the ass. And before I could finish talking to her, they were already running down the field. So it's like, you know, that's how it is. But we'll get it together, man. That's the Giants. We're the best team in the league, man. At the end of the day, you know. So
I love it.
Yeah,
love the way you think, man.
Yeah, man. Good talking to you guys, man.
I appreciate the call.
I enjoy your show,
man.
Keep up the good work, bro.
Ah,
thanks.
Awesome.
All right, take care.
Not bad. We got a little call-in spree.
Yeah, some people, they need to vent, Marco. You know how it is.
Yeah.
And you know, but yeah, go ahead, Marco. Go ahead.
So we on YouTube, for all the people that are listening on YouTube, we got our first paid gig, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. There's like a super chat where you could actually pay. You could actually, like, I guess, tip the crew.
Yeah.
So we got a $2 tip from Cruising26.
Awesome,
would you like?
Man. Thank you. Hey, appreciate it, Cruising.
Tim, would you like to split it with me?
Yeah, sure. You know what, Cruising26, we appreciate it, and I've definitely seen your comments all over our YouTube channels.
Yeah.
So we appreciate those. We love the interactions, guys. You know, because the fact is, we're all Giants fans. You know what? The sky's not falling. It's only week 2. We're about to hit a division rival this week. So let's, you know, if we get this win, honestly, Washington needs to lose, which Washington's not looking good anyway, and Dallas just got crushed by Denver. So honestly, if we win this week, there's a possibility that we're all tied at 1-2 in week 3.
Yeah, it can happen, but the way I hate to do it, but the way that we're losing, it reminds me of the 0-6 Coughlin year.
The 0-6 Coughlin year?
It has that feel to it. We thought we were really good. We thought we were good. We were like, yes, this is a Super Bowl team on paper. 0-1, 0-2, 0-3, and it just steamrolled. I hope we get the win in Philly, but I'm nervous. Their defensive line is brown.
Honestly, you know what I think is really going to have to spark it is a defensive touchdown. I think that needs to spark the whole team. As great as the defense is playing, they are not getting turnovers.
Right.
Yes, JPP had a sack fumble, but honestly, he got dominated a little bit by Wagner at right tackle. Vernon was killing Greg Robinson, but he was always just short of sacking Stafford. Someone needs to play, and honestly, you know what? I'm looking for my boy Landon Collins to make a play. But, you know, let's put it this way: we played well against Detroit. We didn't have B.J. Goodson, our starting middle linebacker. We didn't have
Janoris Jenkins. Right.
No Janoris Jenkins, who's a top 5 corner in the league, if he's not like top 3 corner in the league. And I still want to give props out again. If you saw the list of glory and shame, guys, then I already did. But Ross Cockrell, I am so pumped that you're actually on the team. To have a guy that started all 16 games for a playoff team last year to be our 4th corner, that's solid. And the guy took a pay cut to play with us.
I know. I saw a bunch of Steelers fans saying, "Oh, I'm glad that he's now a Giants problem." But for the Steelers, he was how far down the depth chart was he? He started.
No, he was their number 2. He was their number 2.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
All right, we got another call. Let's see what's going on.
All right.
We'll get back there. What's up, caller? What do you got to say?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I just wanted to know,
what's your name, man? Where are you calling from?
Woonsocket, Rhode Island.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm a big Giant fan. I've been a Giant fan all my life.
I didn't catch the name. What was the name again?
Woonsocket, Rhode Island.
Oh, what's up?
Yes. Yeah, I wanted to talk about the offensive line. How Flowers is really struggling there, and I just wanted to know why don't they go after a trade or something?
Why
I don't
they
know.
dropping? Go ahead, Marco.
He's breaking up a little. I'm gonna put him on. I'm gonna put him on hold. Maybe his phone will fix. I think he said, why don't they? Where's the cavalry? Like, who are we bringing in? Why don't we try to trade someone? Why don't we try to do something along that line?
Okay, well, and I get all the people that are getting on Flowers. Guys, he's our left tackle right now. Honestly, I think he would be great at right tackle, but whatever. You know what? There's no who are you gonna get? If someone has a good left tackle, guys, they're not trading them. And are you guys willing to give a king's ransom? Let's give like a first and a second to go get somebody for a year. That's not going to happen. We're not going to give away the future to get old left tackle that someone's willing to give up.
And even everyone talking about the Joe Thomas in Cleveland. They're number one. Then he doesn't want to leave. Number two, if Cleveland was to deal with him, they would want, like you said, king's ransom, and they're giving up a lot of sacks this year as well. There's a lot of pressure going on in Cleveland. They're getting knocked around. So,
and you know what? It's Joe Thomas is older. You know what? Father Time's gonna win. Just like I'll even agree that Eli's regressing a little bit. But that's natural, guys. He's at the end of his career. I would say he's probably got, 2 more seasons after this, at the most.
Yeah, I think so. Too. Sorry.
It is what it is.
All right, let's try to go back to this call and see if he's still there.
All right.
Hello.
Yeah,
hey,
you're back
man?
on.
Yes. Now, do you think you saying Eli still has 2 more years in him? I think he's starting to look like he's developing on a downfall right now. I think he's do you think Webb would be ready to be the guy?
Webb is not ready to be Webb is not ready to be the guy.
Not now.
No, absolutely not. Let's develop that kid. He wasn't ready to. They all knew it going into the draft that he was not ready to start immediately. If we develop this kid for a couple years, I really think he could be solid. And especially if he learns, which it sounds like he's got a great work ethic anyway. But if he learns from Eli the work ethic as well, he can't be anything but better. And let's put it this way, guys. As bad as Eli's playing right now, what the hell do you think Geno Smith would be doing? And do you want to get Davis Webb killed? You saw what happened to David Carr years ago when he had no line. It killed his whole career. Let's not kill Davis Webb.
Right.
It makes no sense.
All right, let's see what's going on Facebook.
Yeah, what's the chat room saying?
It's lit up. Annette Peacock agrees. Oh, and that's in our league, by the way. How is she doing? Do you know?
Who's that?
It's Annette. Remember in our draft?
Oh. I think she won week 1.
Yeah,
I just want everybody to, everybody that isn't privy to our fantasy draft, I just want you guys to know that I am king in the North right now. And I am playing Jimmy this week, which is probably why he's not on the show right now, because I've been trying to piss him off all day, and I probably pissed him off enough to where he don't want to play.
Mental game?
Yeah, a mental game. and he wanted to play with me because he's trying to pull a trade. He tried to give me Mike Gillislee he wanted C.J. Anderson for me. I'm like, yeah, okay. What garbage trade you trying to pull with me? And now he's playing mental games. So I had C.J. Anderson on my bench, but now he tried to trade for him. I'm starting C.J. Anderson, which is probably what he wanted me to do. But you know what? I'm going to tinker until we actually play. And I just want everyone to know that my team name now is, if you guys haven't seen James' post, he's mad that Eli makes $20 million, and he's not doing more. So my team name is $20 million.
you had to switch it up. Yeah, and then it's 1-1. I am the cellar dweller at 0-2, but I'm scoring a lot of points. They just happen to go up against the highest score.
Week 1 you won against King of the North.
Yeah.
Yep. You know what? Justin lost the crown, which is probably a reason he's not on the show right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are hiding. So she agrees. Maybe Flowers to right tackle. Let's see.
I agree, but who's playing? And if you heard earlier, what I would love to see, put Pugh at left tackle. He's not going to play worse. I think he's athletic enough to stick with some of the rushers. Put Flowers in right tackle. You know, Jones, Richburg, and Jerry, because Jerry or Fluker, whoever, I don't care. At this point, I think, and that was another thing that was McAdoo messed up on, was why was Bobby Hart starting that game? He had a hurt ankle and got dominated week 1 because he was playing on a hurt ankle. And then, even though he was hurt and he was questionable even coming into playing that week, why would you start him? It makes no sense.
How many plays did he last? Like 2?
He lasted the first series, at least the first series. He might have been in 2 series, but he only lasted like 1 series. Once he got hurt, Pugh went to right tackle.
Then she also brings up in the comment section we're talking to Facebook right now, Albert, and maybe bringing in Clady.
Albert, if he wants to come in cheap, that guy's about the money. You know, I don't like. First of all, he didn't play well last year anyway, as far as for a left tackle, and there's a reason he's still sitting out. He tried to retire. Jacksonville was like, nah, you can just stay retired. We don't want you.
The guy I called before, what was his name? Aaron Stabinovich, something like that? Oh, now.
Huh?
Was that his name? What was the guy's name I called before? Aaron, right?
Aaron?
Was it Aaron?
Aaron? No.
Yeah. Aaron.
You talking about the first guy?
Beleke. No, what was it?
I have no, honestly, dude, I love when you call back in anytime you want, but I have no idea what your first name was. I knew you were from Long Island.
I think it was Aaron.
But anybody else wants to call in, hey, please vent it out. You know what?
Yes.
It took me a few days to calm down, but I'm on the positive train. I want you guys to look up the Jim Fossil video where he says this team will make playoffs. I want you guys to look up, Tom Coughlin, and him any of his inspirational speeches. Look up Strahan talking about the Super Bowl teams. Get pumped up, guys, because we still got a shot. The season is not over, especially in the NFC East right now. We have control of our destiny. If we beat Philly, we're right in this thing. We're actually right in it anyway. Dallas did not look good, which kind of made me mad in the first place, because if Dallas looked that bad against Denver, What the hell are we when they beat us?
Dallas was all focused to play us, and after they played us and they won, they fell apart.
Yeah. You know, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, as far as Dallas, just coaching, they're still doing stupid coaching too. If you have Ezekiel Elliott back there, which you shouldn't have anyway, but whatever, you run him. The fact that Dallas is passing as much as they are and spreading it out makes no sense to me whatsoever. They don't have that kind of receiver core. And you have a good offensive line that you can run the ball. Run the damn ball. If they want to keep doing that, they're going to keep losing games, which is fine with me. I just think it's stupid. I think Scott Linehan should get fired for what I've seen the past 2 games from Dallas.
All right, so we got another comment coming in. Tom Edwards on Facebook says, oddly enough, Eli's performance Monday night gave me hope. Took big hits, got up and threw it again on the money to receivers who dropped the passes.
Yep, I agree.
Might be able to.
Second half, Eli was pretty good.
Yeah, we might be able to save the season if we can fix the O-line. That's the $1 million question right there.
Is it possible to fix off? Yeah. You know, is it possible? And I totally agree, man, because you saw Marco. Second half, Eli was solid. He was doing what he had to do. But if you're hitting Brandon Marshall in the hands and he's dropping it, Eli really couldn't throw that pass any more perfect than what it was. And Odell's running patterns that are a yard short of the first down, even though we're on 4th down. I was like, it's frustrating. And even Breen, why are we like? Why don't we go a yard beyond what we need instead of going right on the line? So one big hit pushes us back.
Yeah, and that spot that they gave us was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was so fair ball. I was like, thank God. I was like the ball before they challenge.
Exactly.
And as far as, you know what, I want to talk about this call that Ben McAdoo threw Eli under the bus for.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ben McAdoo's like, Eli got the delay of game on 4th and 1 at the goal line when we're down 10 in the first half. I just want to put out there, Ben, he bailed you out because we get stopped, which we already got stopped in the first 3 downs. So what gives you the sense that we're right there for the touchdown? And what's the difference? We still need 2 scores. He got bailed out because the smart move was kicking the field goal. It was stupid for him to go for it. Especially when we have all the defense is jammed in there. They know we had to pass. It's not like Eli's going to run it in. It's not like we're going to hand it off because God knows we can't do that. And we had Paul Perkins in there anyway. So he can't get a yard, which is exactly what I talked about in the 5 points preview. Was I can't stand if it's 3rd and 1 and 3rd and 2 and we can't run the ball. I miss Brandon Jacobs so much because it was guaranteed, whether offensive line blocked or not, if we needed 2 yards, he could easily get it for us.
What was it saying? What was it saying? If we needed 2 yards, he would get us 3. If we needed 4 yards, he would get us 3.
That was Rashad Jennings, yes. That was. You know what? Bring Rashad back. You know, at least he'll get us the 3 yards. You know what? He can dance. God, he can dance.
So I looked away from YouTube, and it's 5,000 comments, and everyone's talking about tanking.
Okay, relax with the tanking. Guys, first of all, we already had the people that are tanking for the quarterbacks, which we've seen plenty of times. There's no guarantee any of these quarterbacks are going to tear it up once they get to the draft. there's no guarantee some of these guys come out. And I saw people talking about Lamar Jackson. Relax with Lamar. He's going to be a shitty pro. I'm gonna put that out there right now. He is not going to be able to play the way he does in the pros. Look at Robert Griffin's career. That's exactly who it is. When Robert Griffin won the Heisman, same damn thing.
Who else are they mentioning?
And we already have Davis Webb, guys. We're okay at quarterback. Honestly, if we're at the top of the draft, which I hope to God we're not, because I'm going to be snapping by the end of the season if we're that bad. I want an offensive lineman, which I'm sure everybody else does too. For a quarterback, let's get a left tackle and put Flowers at right tackle where he should have been in the first place.
Sure. Let's talk it out, honestly. If we are like a top, 5 pick, top 4 pick, McAdoo isn't making it. Reese isn't making it. And Eli's probably not.
I'm going to tell you both.
And Eli's probably not here either.
Well, that's the thing that I think McAdoo would make it because he had a playoff year last year. One bad year, and all of a sudden, that's not Giants' way. That's never been Giants' way to fire that quick. And Jerry Reese is untouchable, I guess.
You think
Honestly, other than him not addressing the offensive line to everybody's pleasure, he's had good drafts.
Recently, yes.
He's had good drafts the past few years. He's brought in good free agents. When have you ever seen a team actually do what we did last year, spend as much as we did on defense, and actually turn the defense around to a top 5 defense? When we were one of the last defenses in the league. That was Jerry Reese. And that never. I've seen teams spend money like that. You remember the day when Vince Young said Philly was the greatest team ever?
Yeah, the
dream team. What did they do? And they spent all that money in free agency. Teams usually don't get turned around in free agency, but Jerry Reese did it. He brought in the right people. Who doesn't love Snacks? Who doesn't love Janoris Jenkins? And who doesn't love Vernon?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't miss on any of the free agents that he brought in.
No. And we're generally a young team.
Yeah, and I think we're top 5 youngest team in the league.
The problem is that
and he was aggressive enough to get Landon Collins, who's one of, if not the top safety in the league. He's doing, and honestly, I like Ingram as our top pick. I saw something today as the people are bitching that we should have got Dalvin Cook. Yeah, it would have been nice, but you know what? We don't have the offensive line for Dalvin Cook to tear it up. And then we would still have a hole at tight ends.
Yeah, you're back in the same area where you were.
Exactly. And Ingram's going to be a matchup nightmare for years. And he's a worker, which, it's awesome that him and Davis Webb already have a connection. So when the transition does happen, Ingram will already be there, already be safety blanket for Davis Webb. Not to mention, hopefully, Odell will still be there on top of it when that transition happens. But I do not see that we are not one of bottom third of the league team. We're just not. We are not a Cleveland. We're not. We're definitely. We're not a Jets. We're not our minor league team, the Jets.
And why? Because on YouTube says Reese could do free agent. Great. Let's get someone who could draft better. Split up the duties.
Okay. Other than I know everybody's gonna bring up Flowers. Where's all these bad drafts, or where's the drafts he missed on? David Wilson was a good pick.
Yeah, injury.
Well, you know, he can't help injuries. It's not his fault. David Wilson was good, and he was going to be really good.
There are a few questionable moves out there, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone has.
He took risks, but you could look at anybody's draft. There's no one that's 100% ever. You know, how about the fact that, like, let's for example, let's look at a team that just stopped Dallas. They took Paxton Lynch in the first round 2 years ago, and that kid's never going to see the damn field. You know, we'd be snapping if we took a first-round quarterback and he hasn't played yet.
Yeah, we're going bananas. Ruben Randall, bad pick. They're out there.
Yeah, they're out there. You know, Randall has the talent, guys. He's just a dummy. He showed flashes of talent, but the way the offense was ran when Kevin Gilbride was here it was option routes. It was supposed to be the receiver and the quarterback be on the same page. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you guys go back to the film, pretty much probably a third of Eli's interceptions in his career were because of Ruben Randall.
Yeah, quite possibly. Let's see, other bad picks. Anyone else out there?
As far as bad picks, I mean, I know he's had some bad years. You know, he took risks. You know, but a few years ago, he was like, screw the risk. I'm going to take good kids that are willing to work. You know, and, you know, the 1 year that I think everybody we drafted was a captain on their college team.
Yeah, that wasn't that far. That wasn't that long ago.
That was a few years ago. That was when Bromley was drafted.
Right.
And granted, you know, he's played all right now. He's finally turned around. He was a kind of a little bit of a bust as far as what he could be. But even Evan Ingram, he was a captain on his team. So they're still trying to get good people in here. You know, people that are going to work. You know, maybe we need some of these assholes to come on the team to just go off. But I mean,
right,
you know, he also did. Let's put it this way: he drafted Odell on top
when
of
no one saw it coming.
Yeah, and
we were all saying,
you know, and I'm not gonna lie, I complained about the pick when he took him because I wanted Aaron Donald. Which would have been fine as well, but
right.
But Odell's amazing. He's probably going to be the greatest Giants receiver ever, as long as he, knock on wood, doesn't get hurt. Seriously. Any other comments out there?
Yeah, I'm looking up his draft history now. Yeah, a bunch of fire hymns.
Everybody wants to fire Jerry Reese. You know, you think he's the only one that was like? I would imagine McAdoo went to him and was like, no, I can, you know, fix this offensive line, or whoever the offensive line coach is it Mike Solari? He was like, I can fix this offensive line. You know what? Who was our longtime offensive line coach? Whoever he was, because I'm blanking out on his name. So I can't remember everybody, guys. I'm not a fucking machine.
You don't know the offensive line coach? Mike Solari is the current one, and it was. I would have to look it up, but I'm deep into his draft class. Yeah,
you know, he was a great offensive line coach, and honestly, I kind of wish he'd come back because he turned in, you know, the offensive line that we turned into a great offensive line was a bunch of, like, no names. David Deal was an undrafted free agent, I think, or at least a 6th-round pick, and he ended up being the left tackle when he was he played every position on the offensive line in his career. Sean O'Hara was passed away from Cleveland. You know, we got lucky with the people that we got.
So, everything last year, Evan Ingram. We'll just do, I guess, Ingram, Tomlinson, Webb.
Yeah,
seems good on the.
Tomlinson starting, Ingram starting, and Webb is solid.
Webb is in training.
He'll be in the future.
Training.
Yep.
Last year, good draft. Eli Apple, questionable, but seems to be working out. Sterling Shepard, good. Darian Thompson, good. B.J. Goodson, good. Paul Perkins, I think he's good, not being used correctly. And Jarrell Adams, all of them still on the team.
Let's put it this way: the first 4 are starting.
Mm-hmm.
What can you ask from a draft? What can you ask from a draft?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just starting, but they're good. They're starting and they're playing well. I mean, I don't know what people, what people want.
All right, so 2015, not a good year.
All right, what's the first 3?
Eric Flowers.
Okay.
Got to miss there. So hold on,
Mm-hmm.
Flowers.
But again, I defend this pick all the time, and Marco's probably going to know exactly what I'm going to say. When Flowers was drafted, William Beatty was a starting left tackle, and he was supposed to stay the starting left tackle, but he never came back from a shoulder injury, and he's still out of the damn league. And Flowers was supposed to be the right tackle. And actually, I think Pugh was supposed to be the right guard right next to him, if I remember correctly.
That was it, but it was still in question.
Yeah, you know what? He got put in a new position, and I honestly, as much as people want to bitch, he did not play horrible his rookie year. Actually, no. Tom Coughlin sang his praises because this kid played injured, played angry, played tough. So he drew back. He had a rough second year, which a lot of people have sophomore slumps. And now the kid's in his 3rd year. Again, he's only 20. He's only 22.
Right.
He's still learning, and he worked his ass off to try to get better. It's not going to happen overnight. But I think he's playing out of position. He should be the right tackle.
So next pick is a hit. Landon Collins.
You know what? I'm going to already throw out there. He's going to be a future Hall of Famer.
Ooh, look at you.
Hey, you know what? Because I'm going to, he reminds me of Brian Dawkins on the Eagles. That's exactly who he reminds me of. He's the heart and soul of that defense.
All right, next pick, miss. Oh, what do you think he's doing?
Okay, obviously you missed on that.
Then you have Michael Thompson, Jeremy Davis, and Bobby Hart.
You know what, Bobby Hart, I'm still fine with for a 7th-round pick, and the kid has started for a couple years. He's definitely not the worst right tackle in the league, guys. I mean, according to him, he's the best right tackle in the league, but obviously he's proven that wrong. But
I heard Chris Carter saying that he's coached, Bobby Hart his whole life. He knows him very well. Bobby Hart is not a right tackle. Bobby Hart is not a left tackle. Bobby Hart has always been a guard, and he's a good guard.
That's true. He was a guard when he came out of the draft. He's playing right tackle out of necessity at this point. And I'm going to tell you, as far as future-wise, guys, I want to put out there right now. Mark the tape. Yeah, mark it down. Jerron Jones is going to be a starter on our offensive line next year. He's on our practice squad. He was a defensive tackle. He's learning the offensive. Yeah, he was a defensive tackle at Notre Dame, and he was solid. And actually, he was supposed to be like a high draft pick. He just, they didn't know how much he loved football, so he dropped. But undrafted free agent, he's learning a new position. I think he's more suited for offensive line than he was defensive line. Because I just think mentality-wise, they said he wasn't as aggressive as he could be. I think he's better suited for the offensive line. And he actually said in the interview he thinks he was always probably going to play offensive line. He always thought he would.
All right, so next year, good year. We got Odell, Weston Richburg, Jay Bromley. Andre Williams didn't work out. Matt Burhead, David Kennard, and Bennett Jackson didn't work out. So we have...
And Bennett Jackson would have worked out. He just got injuries. He blew out his knee, twice?
Yeah,
or
four questionably, 5 good picks there. 1 solid home run with Odell. And Weston Richburg, starter. Jay Bromley, pretty much a starter. Devon Kennard, not an everyday starter, but he's up there.
Kennard, who doesn't like Kennard? He plays hard. He made some good plays the other night.
2013, we got a few misses.
Oh, I'm sure.
Justin Pugh was the first pick at 19. That's starter. Underwhelming now, but starter. Jonathan Hankins, big hit, but we couldn't keep him. Demontre Moore, that's the big the buzzer button. Ryan Nassib was our backup, but
did you see Ryan Nassib?
Got picked up by
Jacksonville, didn't he? He went to Jacksonville.
Yeah, Coughlin.
Both his old coaches. Going to play for Coughlin, and Doug Marrone was his coach in college.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, that's right. Syracuse. I totally forgot.
That's right. That's why a lot of people thought Nassib was going to go to Buffalo when in that draft, because Doug Marrone was the coach at Buffalo.
Cooper Taylor, Eric Thurman, Michael Cox, strike. 2012 is the Wilson Reuben Randall year. Hosley, Robinson, Mosley, McCants, and Kuhn. That was a bad year.
Yeah.
But that's 2012.
I'm going to challenge people out there right now. For all the people that want to bitch about Jerry Reese, go look at other teams' drafts and tell me every year. Give me one GM that hits it 100% every year. Please. Or give me one that's hitting 80% every year. It's just not out there, guys. It's a crapshoot, and you can only draft who's in the draft. If it's a bad year for a draft, nothing you can do about it. You still have to draft.
Yeah, everyone suffers.
Yeah. Just like this year, there was no offensive lineman that was worth taking in the first round, other than Garrett Bowles, I guess, which Giants supposedly wanted. Or that was the only person they were considering if he got to him. But Giants can't do anything about it if he got taken before it.
Yeah, he went to Denver, right?
Yep. And I think he's already out for the season. He already got hurt.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, he is injured. I don't know the severity of it. I think Carter's him out.
Well, and that's my point is all the people relax with Jerry Reese, and you guys already know. Just look at the history. Ben McAdoo's not getting fired. He would pretty much have to go 0-16 to get fired. And
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think if they have another year, like a super letdown, where like the 0-6 year, I think heads are going to roll.
Do you really think, and when, other than, the only person I can think of that got fired quick in Giants history was Ray Hanley. and he was literally the worst coach ever. And he was doing some stuff behind the scenes. Whatever.
Yeah. Right.
But Ray Hanley's the only one I saw ever get fired quick. Giants don't run the team like that. They run the team just like Pittsburgh runs their team. They stick with who they got. You got to be. If they put their faith in you, they put their faith in you long term. And that's, you know what? As much as we love it and hate it, that's why the Giants are who they are.
And that's because if he loses the locker room and keeps blaming Eli, he's going to get fired.
Well, and I'm going to tell you right now, you know what? And James disagrees with me, even though he's not here. We've had this discussion already. I do not agree with Ben throwing Eli under the bus. Now, Eli took it, and he even said he had every right to say what he had to say. Eli does the same thing every time. He'll take full blame for everything. I would love Eli to, just for humor's sake, actually say who he thinks is to blame. But Eli, took it, whatever, but then there's no reason to even say, hey, it's on Eli for the delay game. Who cares? Just say a Belichick line and just give the media nothing. It's almost like Ben was like, hey, no, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's Eli's. But it would have been your damn fault if we got stopped on 4th and 1 and didn't get in the end zone. And you should have kicked the field goal anyway because we were only down 10.
It seems like they're so unprepared. You don't have a 4th and 1 play ready to go? A goal line play?
And that's my point with the play calling. I think Ben has too much stuff going on for him to call plays. It just does. Give Mike Sullivan the play calling duties, which he's already talking about doing, and I think it should happen.
Hand over the Cheesecake Factory menu to him.
Exactly.
Hand it over.
Hand it over, and please take the damn draw play out of the fucking thing. Oh my! I couldn't stand. We're down 2 touchdowns, and not only did we try to run it draw once, we did it twice in a row. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Do we have all day? Like, there was no urgency whatsoever. And maybe that's on Eli. I don't know if he's changed the play at the line.
Yeah, he might.
But Ben's got to have some say in it. And maybe Eli is just being like, the way they're playing our defense, a draw should get yards, but our offensive line doesn't block that well.
Yeah.
So maybe he's calling the right play. We're just not getting the execution, which I think it's a little of both.
All right, so let's jump in the comments again.
Yeah.
Jersey Life 86, Darkwood needs to start. We both agree on that one.
Yeah, 100% Darkwood needs to start.
Why? Because says we should hire whoever the fuck is drafting for the Chiefs since Andy Reid came in. He's put together a team, bro. The Chiefs. They look good. And I never say that about the Chiefs.
You know what? I have no problem. You know what? I have always been a fan of Andy Reid. Granted, he was in Philly, but he's always been a good coach.
Yeah.
And I give Andy Reid credit because he adjusted. You saw what the offense he ran in Philly. Pass almost every damn down. Kansas City, total opposite. And they took a chance with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill he had domestic violence all over his record, and that was a big shot to take with him. I don't know if he could have handled it in New York, because they would have been all over it.
Jack Dugan says, if we go 1-4, do you think we should tank?
If we're 1-4, I think we're almost tanking anyway.
I think we're doing it.
Yeah, they can act like they're not doing it. They can say, "Oh no, we're doing it on purpose now," but no, we're just losing.
It's called losing. All right, we had a prank caller on the line. Prank caller, right. If you're there, call. Prankster, if you're there, call back.
Oh, prank caller? How do you know he's prank?
He blocked the number.
Oh. Listen, if you want to call in, go ahead. Be a man. Keep your number up there. Or you know what I would love? If Annette's still listening, call in. I don't think we've had a woman actually call into the show that I can remember.
Did we have the one lady that screamed at James one time?
Yes. Okay.
We're gonna have to go to the archives.
And did you cut that sound clip that I want you to cut?
No, not yet. I didn't get to anything like that.
Okay. I want that Eli no more sound clip so bad. Especially next time James is on. As soon as James starts ripping on Eli, I want you to keep hitting no more. No more.
Annette was in the comments before, but I don't see her up there now.
That left, huh? Well, now I'm going to have to beat you in fantasy in that. If I am King of North, I beat everybody.
Not to brag.
Not to brag. But I do want to say I took out the CEO week 1. So I don't care.
It was close.
Yeah, close only counts in horseshoes.
So a guy reached out to me. I want you guys to look it up and see if you should come on the podcast.
Okay.
He wants to he does his podcast on Wednesday at 10 o'clock, so that should be pretty funny.
Okay.
He has a Tampa Bay Buck podcast called what is it called? Buck What You Heard.
First of all, I like the name, and yeah, that's cool. Yeah, have him come on. As long as he's not as boring as hell like the Steelers podcast guy.
Oh my god. That guy.
You know what? He took himself way too serious. And I do want to say, and you know what? I appreciate it, Big Bo. And I you know what? Now you brought up the podcast, I do want to talk about that first caller. We're Bleedbigblue. Sorry, Big O. Just because you put your show on the end doesn't mean nothing. We're Bleedbigblue. Yeah, we're all Giants fans, and hey, more power to you. We're still Bleedbigblue. And you know what? I do want to see out there again. I know we talked about it in preseason. I keep forgetting about it. Anybody that wants to call into the Jets Nation, whatever is it, Bleed Green Nation podcast. Anybody that wants to call in, please tape the call. I want you guys to prank them and let them know that Bleedbigblue considers the Jets their minor league club. And just continue to harass them.
The problem is we would, but we're not doing that hot right now as well. We would love to harass you, but we have the same record, and I think you guys are actually scoring more than we are. They don't know.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't think about it like that, but you know what? Yeah, let's get a win. As soon as we get a win, We're not, because I don't expect the Jets to win anytime soon. So as soon as we get a win, please call the Jets Nation podcast. Or whatever. Is it Bleed Green Nation? Is that what it is? They're on supposedly 8 o'clock on Wednesdays.
8 o'clock on Wednesdays. I think it's Jet Nation, no?
Is it Jet? It might be Jet Nation. I don't care what Jet podcast you guys want to go on. If you find a Jet podcast and you call up, let them bleed big. Let Bleedbigblue. Let them know. And you know what? I also want to put it out there too, for you Chicago Bear fans. Let them know that Bleedbigblue considers the Chicago Bears the Giants' retirement home.
That's our community.
Yeah, that's a retirement community. That's where Giants careers go to die.
Great players.
Yeah.
They just retired.
Is Cruz retired yet, or does he really think he's going to latch on somewhere?
Don't talk bad about Victor Cruz. All the comments are going to turn on you.
You know what? That's fine. You know what? I will actually say this. One of my arguments with James today. He kept on talking salary cap with me, and I was like, you know what? Why don't we give Brandon Marshall's money back to save money, because he's not. Victor Cruz did just as much as he is doing.
So far, he's doing better.
Yeah, Victor Cruz at least caught the ball.
Yeah, but I think Victor is. I can't see a team picking him up.
No, he's not getting picked. I can't see it ever happening. And you know what's going to happen? Come next off season, he's going to sign a one-day contract with us and retire a Giant.
Why? Because we are beating the Jets at tanking.
We even tank better than the Jets.
Yeah, they don't know how to do it.
Yeah, first of all, we don't even have to get rid of all our players to tank.
We're so good. Our players have talent, and we're still tanking. Okay.
Yeah, we still know how to lose.
Yeah. Let's see what else. What are your guys' thoughts on us running the ball 26 seconds left before the half, but down 10?
I can't stand it. Why? And you know what? Not only 26 seconds left. They kicked that long ass field goal. Why didn't we call a timeout so there was still so we had 50 seconds instead of 26? It made no sense to me.
Poor play calling. All right, we got
calling. Yeah.
I think this is Jet Nation on the line. Hold on, let's see.
Is it? Awesome.
What's up, caller? What's your name?
Hey, this is Steve. This is Annette's husband.
What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Steve?
Hey, she's in bed, man. She's got to work at 3.
3? Oh.
Yeah,
3 in the morning.
Yep.
And she was listening to the podcast?
Yeah, she listened to it. I was listening to it with her, and she just fell asleep. So.
Oh, she's dedicated. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, not a problem, man. She's all excited, and she beat someone in the fantasy this week. I don't know who else. I don't know. She was bragging about it to me.
It was probably Marco.
I have no clue. She beat someone, and she was rubbing it in. I know that. So she's a big fan.
Awesome. Well,
yeah, we're going to watch. Going down to Saratoga Springs. Anybody out there listening? They're having another charity softball tournament down there, and Brandon Jacobs and Lawrence Taylor are going to be down there signing autographs and playing. My nieces are going to be playing against them in the softball game. It's going to be pretty good.
Oh, awesome. Sounds like an awesome time.
Yeah.
Is that this weekend?
Yeah, it's it's October 2nd.
October 2nd? Oh, that's awesome.
2 weeks from now. So.
Yeah.
I'll post a link to you guys.
Tell Jacobs to come back and play with us. We need
a running
back.
Shit, huh? Holy crap. That would be awesome. I think he'd do better.
Maybe we could have scored on the goal line.
Well, if we could bring back half the players that were just there the other night at the celebration, we'd be all right.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, what's that O-line doing? But they all look so skinny now, except for
I was just gonna say, but you look at them though, they're in a freaking. They all look better than I do. Holy shit! I'm like, what? you know.
Crazy. I didn't know you can get skinny just by stop playing offensive line.
Well, they make you eat so much. Yeah, I mean, they actually, if you look at a lot of the old offensive line players over the years, a lot of them when they get out are a lot smaller than they were when they played. They actually make them gain like 50 pounds. They have like a 5,000 to 8,000 calorie a day diet they make them have.
The offensive line turned into wide receivers, and the wide receivers turned into offensive linemen.
Yeah, it's crazy. you look at it, 6'4" wide receivers. Where the hell those come from? Well, 6'4", 260-pound quarterbacks. You know, it's just ridiculous. Holy Christ!
Oh, we have 6'2", like 400-pound quarterback.
Well, we had one of them, like 300-something pounder there.
You know what? When he was on our team, I loved the hefty lefty.
Yeah, it was. Well, he was fun to watch. It was. I would never really want to.
He had a good arm.
Yeah. Well, he had a lot of. He had a good belly. I can tell you that. I wonder if he could scramble.
Scramble eggs, probably.
Yeah.
He's having a hard time now. He blew up. I think he's like close to 400, 500, something in that range. He's doing like some documentary trying to lose the weight, but it's like ridiculous. Not in a good spot at the moment.
Push the plate away.
Yeah. Wish him the best of luck.
Yeah. I can't say much on that, I try not to hate, but if you're eating 5,000 calories a day and then you go out and eat a steak and a Diet Coke, it's not helping, you push the plate away. You don't have to do a push-up, just do a push-out.
Mix in a salad every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, and just make sure the salad's not on a burger.
All right, thanks for calling and tell her this week.
She'll definitely hook you or get a hold of you guys the next time you're on.
Yeah, awesome. No problem.
All righty. Have a good night, guys.
Have fun at that event if we don't talk there.
Yeah, definitely. I'll send pictures in.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
All righty. Have a good one.
Later.
Later.
First of all, you know what? I just want to put it out there because we have two people. But actually, you know what? We have 3 people missing from the show. Where the hell is the intern?
All right, hold on. Let's go to the message thread. I saw he wrote something.
Is he on the message board?
Yeah.
Okay, as long as he's on the message board, because I gave him shit the other day, saying he's full text for Bleedbigblue, and I told him, yes, you stay on the message board. You don't talk.
He was on there for a brief time. He says he has a huge test. College boys.
Oh, God.
Has a ton of homework.
That's why he's an intern. But as far as the other 2, I just want to put it out there. Annette is listening to our show, and she's got to work at 3. But 2 guys that are supposed to be on the show aren't even here right now.
That's true.
And I can't wait for I'm just going to take credit for it and say I pissed off James enough. Now,
wait. You know what I just realized? Annette and her husband are probably the first couple that listen to the show.
You know what? I just wanted to put it out there that they're listening to us in bed. First of all, the fact that you're going to be literally our voices that are in your head when you're going to sleep means you're sort of like dreaming about us. There you go.
I'll just slip it in.
Go ahead, Steve. Do what you got to do.
That's what she says.
Oh
boy, back after this.
Okay. We'll try to get back to Giant talk. We talked about the game, which I knew everybody was going to go off on the offensive line today.
Sure.
But let's talk about Philly.
Mhm.
First of all, are we in Philly? We're in Philly this week, right?
Yeah, we're not home.
Okay. So we're going to Philly, which I'm glad we get these away games. We got the Dallas out of the way already. We're going to Philly, get that out of the way.
Take our lumps early?
Yeah, well, obviously we are, whether we like it or not. But, let's go into Philly. Let's show them what we can do. We get that good test. I definitely think we can stick with Philly. Philly scares me a little bit as far as their defense because Eli is going to be running for his life. Mm-hmm. If we were ever going to have people help, chipped, leave a running back or a tight end behind on offensive line, this is the week to do it.
Yeah. This is the first big test for that.
Yeah, it's going to be a big test. And, I kind of feel bad for Eli because he's probably, staying up at night. Just being like, oh, this is going to suck. But if the offensive line, you just give them a little bit of time. I'm not talking a lot of time, a little bit of time. And Odell comes back a little bit healthier this week. Hopefully he's playing full time. We can take advantage of that secondary. That secondary is not good. They lost their number one in Ronald Darby, which they brought in just for Odell. Let's be honest. And he's out for the season. But that dislocated ankle, he had a nasty injury. But that's what we got with with. We can take advantage of that secondary. We can score on this team. Granted, we need to run the ball. I love what I'm hearing as far as Dark was going to be featured, supposedly. When I see it, I'll believe it. And McAdoo's talking about, giving up play calling. I think both things should happen. This week. Why not? At least, if I was McAdoo, at least give Mike Sullivan the first half. See what he can do.
Yeah, he can't do any worse. You went 0-2 and you scored 10 points, basically. Not 10, but,
We've scored a total of what? 17 points?
17?
16 points.
Like that.
Yeah, 16 points. In 2 games. We literally would not have beat either team if we combined our score from 2 games.
Yeah.
That is so disgusting. And our offense needs to step up before this defense starts resenting them. Before this how pissed were you when JPP gets the sack fumble and Eli throws the interception the next play?
Next play. So sour right after that. I was like, here we go. Here we go.
Yep.
I was thinking they can't score on us. This is not a problem. They're not even going to get 3 here. You get the fumble, recovery. And Eli puts it right in there.
Brandon. Yeah, good.
Is Brandon Marshall the biggest upsetment this year so far?
I'm gonna tell you right now, he is absolutely. He seems lost out there, but it's like he forgot how to play. I understand it's a more complicated system than he's been in, but catch the damn ball. You're a receiver. That's literally what you get paid to do.
It is actually your job.
That's 100% your job. You know what happens to a kicker that can't make field goals? He gets cut. If you can't catch the ball, I don't give a shit if they would cut you at this point. But I will give Brandon Marshall credit. He took the blame. It's fine taking the blame, but what are you going to do about it?
What did he say? I didn't hear his post.
He literally said, I saw the interview today was, I lost the game. That was the play of the game. You know, and they say, you know, and he's right. Because we would have probably scored on that drive, at least a field goal. At least I would hope so. And that punt return would have never happened if he caught that ball.
See, so disappointing because
we all
know that. Yeah, we all know. When we actually got like the hint that it, you know, this is real. This could possibly happen. I was ecstatic. You know, one of my favorite plays. You know, it's a rare thing when your favorite player meets your favorite team at the right time when you think they have a good squad as well.
Yeah.
Man.
And he took a pay cut to come here.
And
he could have got way more money somewhere else. And he probably took $4 million less to come here. He probably would have got 10 a year, especially with the contracts that were given out. Or at least probably at least 8. But you know, he took a pay cut to come here. We were like, yes, we got someone on the other side. And the thing is, you know what? The difference between Victor Cruz and Brandon Marshall is separating from his defender. The problem is Victor Cruz was catching the ball. Brandon Marshall forgot how to do it. And that's the thing is that, you know, people are like, Eli not targeting Brandon Marshall enough. Well, if he's not catching the ball, why is Eli going to throw to him?
Hold on. We got a long message.
Oh, here we go.
Let me read it. So Annette wrote, Thanks, you asses. He just woke me up and said, roll over, babe. This one's for you guys. Laughing my ass off. I have to go to work. He works mid-shift and I work early morning, so he's wide awake and when I crash. We listen to you guys because it's entertaining. That's so funny.
You already know. Give him a slip it in.
I'll just slip it in.
That was great. Enjoy the rest of your night, Annette. Hope you get some sleep in there. So funny, man.
Obviously, Steve was pretty quick about it because she's already, or she's typing it while.
Multitasker?
Yeah, multitasker.
All right, Tim. I think I'm all done here.
Yeah, you know what? Let's shut it down. Let's give him a 2 minutes.
Yeah, let's end on a good note.
2-minute warning.
People are making relations on the court to us.
Yeah, you know, show's going off the rails.
We have to get the background porn music.
Yes. Yes.
The cheesy 70s stuff going on.
Bow chicka wow wow.
Basically, that's exactly what I was thinking. All right.
But
so what
you know what? What's predictions this week?
Yeah. All right. Let's do a
It's
little
only the
prediction.
two of us, so you know what? It's you know what? Big O's being too realistic. You know, picking Philly. You know what? I'm not saying it's probably a realistic choice, and you know, especially from what we've seen so far. But there's no way in hell I can ever pick Philly. The way it's going.
Are you pulling a draw? Are you calling for a tie? Is that what you're leaning towards?
First of all, if I call it a tie and it happened, you know, I'm like Nostradamus. I'm gonna start just writing down my thoughts.
I get the lotto numbers from you.
I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna say Giants. 23.
Mhm.
Philly 17.
I'd like to.
I just want to break 20. Can we break 20 points, please?
I like 23. I don't think we break 20 points. I think it's going to be. I think that defense is too good. We don't break 20. Granted, I will pick the Giants. I am very worried about this game.
Yeah, I'm very worried as well.
I'll say the Giants 2017.
Okay, so they don't break 20. They get 20 on the dot. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? And I also want to put out there, I did predict last week Evan Ingram would have his breakout game. Now, I wouldn't say it was a breakout game, but
he scored.
How's he not a breakout player when he scored the only touchdown this offense has scored all season?
Mm-hmm.
Any particular play are you going to predict this week?
A prediction of a play this week.
A player stepping it up, a play. What do you think is going to happen during this game?
All right, I'll give you one. I think Orleans Darkwa.
Good call.
He scores.
Okay.
And he'll probably have nothing crazy, maybe like 50, 60 yards and a few catches for another like 10, 15. Maybe just under 100.
Interesting. Well, hey, I'm with you. I think that's a good prediction. I think that's a realistic prediction. Question: have you heard anything on B.J. Goodson?
That he's still injured. It doesn't seem major, but
yeah, I thought he was playing all of a sudden, and then Munson starting. But I'm gonna say it's a defensive touchdown this week. I definitely think Wentz is gonna get picked off. At least I think Wentz is going to get picked off at least twice this week. And I'm going to say Eli Apple pick 6.
Eli Apple.
I like Eli Apple, man. I like Eli Apple. I like the way, and he always gets tested.
You know what?
He had one bad play against Detroit. It happens.
Yeah.
You're a corner. You're going to get scored on. But
you're going to get
the kid.
Yeah, everyone gets.
You know what? I also want to give DRC some credit too, man. DRC and Eli Apple were running up and smacking runners. Granted, DRC scares me every time he tackles somebody. I think he's going to be injured.
Shit, 5 plays every tackle. Sorry.
Every tackle. Oh my God! Did he just limp? Oh, he's going to be out a couple weeks now. But both of them came up and smacked people. But I'm going to tell you right now, this week, Eli Apple pick six on Wentz.
Okay. I would also like to see Brandon Marshall get his first touchdown. And Odell still hasn't scored. So
yes,
is he still going to be used as a decoy?
You know what? Let's put out a prayer this week. The prayer this week for me is I want to see Brandon Marshall have over 100 yards receiving.
That'll be.
Which would mean he would have to have multiple. He would have to have multiple catches, which means he actually caught the ball more than once.
I think that's scientific of you.
Yes. I mean, he could get it on one play, or at least 99 of it. But I'm going to put it out there. I want Brandon Marshall to go over 100 because he's pissing me off. Because if he keeps dropping balls, you know what? Just cut his ass. We don't need him.
Oh my God! You know what?
Yeah.
The show ended. Wait, we have 13 minutes left.
Yeah.
Stream left 13 minutes. Call connected to. Oh, all right. I have two rundown clocks and I thought the show ended. Just talking to ourselves there.
Oh, the show did end?
No, it didn't. There's 13 minutes left, but there's another clock. How long I've been on? It was over 2 hours. I was like, what?
Oh, you got call phone clock, huh?
Yeah.
You know, oh shit, the show is supposed to be done.
I was like, are we just talking to ourselves?
Well, that's usually the case anyway. And you know what? I want to say, Norway, we want you back.
Yeah, we miss you.
And and Justin and James,
we want you back as well.
Yeah, we want you back. I don't know where you went. I'm gonna have to take it out on your fantasy team this week, James.
Mm-hmm.
And
right,
intern,
Facebook.
Good luck on your test.
Yeah, 1,224 views on Facebook. Not bad today, huh?
Well, okay. Well, would be people ready to snap. How
that
about
all-time
YouTube?
high.
Was it like 50?
7. No, I can't see. I have to go out of it to see. No, I don't even know.
Okay.
We got paid.
I was like, man, you
paid
wait for
on YouTube today. We got paid on
8?
YouTube today. No, we got paid.
No, we got paid. First of all, again, Cruising 26, you get a shout out for paying us. You know what? You just got a sponsor. That's our little sponsorship. Cruising 26.
Our first
follow
sponsor. Yeah. Go subscribe.
Go subscribe to Cruising 26 YouTube channel, or at least like him. He comments on our YouTube channels. Make sure you like his comments. Unless he disagrees with us, then don't agree with him.
Correct. All right, so what's going on for the rest of the week? We're going to do the preview. We'll put out a preview.
5-point preview. That'll. Yeah.
We'll probably have
absolutely
a few. We'll probably do a Madden stream later this week as well on the gaming front, and I'm going to test out Tecmo Bowl. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, if anybody wants to play Marco and Tecmo, let them know. We would love to, fans to play him in Tecmo, and Marco was pretty bad at video games, so.
And fantasy football.
Yeah, and fantasy football. So thank God he does the website and podcast.
A lot of things are coming to question.
And first of all, who are you playing this week in fantasy anyway? I want to know, are you playing Annette this week?
Well, if I'm playing in net matchups, I am playing. Who is that?
What's the team name?
Is that Giants Life is Real? 2-0. Is that Ken? Ken.
Oh, you guys. First of all, Ken, we're coming for you, anyways, because where's Josh Johnson at?
Just a second record straight. Giants Life is Real. Ken is 2-0. He has 273 points scored this season.
Yes.
I am 0-2 and have scored 299 points this season. Let's just get the record straight.
He's had
also, there is only one person who has scored over me in points this year, and that would be you. That would be you. So maybe I am the offensive genius.
Yeah, your defense isn't playing well.
Considering my number one pick is also out for the year. and Ezekiel Elliott has put on a freshman 35 pounds and is now overweight with his belly shirt.
yeah, he definitely. Oh, you lost this week and you had Ezekiel Elliott score what, like 0 for you?
0.9. Yeah, how many yards did he have?
I mean, I don't even think he had 10.
I don't think he did either.
He might have had a catch or two or something like that, but I know he didn't rush for anything. Hey, I'm coming for James this week. $20 million is taking out Tim's Camp's counselors. And I just wanted to put out, this is the rivalry I asked for. This is the rivalry I want. Obviously, he doesn't want it because he didn't want to be on the show tonight.
Yeah, hiding. He's hiding.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, everyone. We will see you next week. Please, if you haven't done so, subscribe to the video. Late. Subscribe to the channel. And throw us a like. Best thing that you could do besides
any of the social medias.
Yeah, best thing you could do is share the shit out of that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Let's get some more Giants fans on this damn thing.
Yeah. All right.
Especially, let's take them from the Bleedbigblue show. Sorry, Big O. But we're originals.
I wonder who got here first. All right. All right, everyone. Talk to everyone later on in the week. Tim, once again, thank you.
All right.
I'm out.
Later.
Later.